Okay, got her all taped up. That's a little tab of tape sticking out from the factory tape wrap that's around the harness. I left it sticking out so you can see, kind of make it easier to see where my new tape ends and the factory begins, because I'm assuming somebody eventually is going to get in here and want to put a wire one back in. When you do, it doesn't matter, there's no polarity. Any kill switch lanyard that will fit through that hole and fit in here without touching this rod, and you can wire it right into the tails on these connections here. Hot wire's got a yellow line on it, black wire is ground. The switch itself, it doesn't matter which wire goes to which. It's just an open switch. You push the button, it connects the two to each other and closes the switch. And it really doesn't matter which leg is connected to the hot and which one's ground. So you can't go wrong. You connect the two wires willy-nilly. Make sure you use some shrink tubing, and I recommend even shooting some silicone into the ends of that shrink tubing to seal it up good. And so my next task is, see, you got this little plug connector and it sat in that cavity under the rod there, where it's it just kind of jams in right there, and then the wires jam in to this compartment here. Some of it was in here next to the rod and goes through that little groove there. And I can put the handle back together, and that locks those wires down right there. You see this little slot here is for the wires to sit through, so when you put the top of the handle and screw it down, it doesn't crimp the wires. Gives you a little notch there and a notch here. And that also keeps the wires from rubbing against the moving parts on this rod for the most part. These exposed wires are just go to the switch, and they don't have any power going through them anymore. Okay, so that's that. Put the handle back on just like that. And I gotta just make sure I get these wires in that notch as I put the handle together. They kind of bend to shape. Okay, see, if I put it like that, I just want to make sure we don't crimp the wires and cause some kind of hot spot there in the electrical. That's the most important part of putting that back together, is not crimping those wires and making sure that they're not rubbing up against any moving parts. And that should do it. Put some 6 screws into it, and we're good to go. You can pull that lanyard off now, or you can just leave it on there so you don't look like it's janky. But I'm gonna have to put the phone down and put these screws back in, and it'll be all ready to go.